Hello, my name is Eugene, and I go from $0 to $30,000 with my AI products live on this channel. This is the first video, so I think it's relevant to explain you guys why I made the decision and what actually the journey looks like moving forward, especially for those who is going to follow this from the day one. Not sure if some of you know, but I already have a 7K YouTube channel where I talk about AI, and there I obviously explain a lot of the different things regarding my agency, and I specifically made a mark of $30,000 because this is approximately how much I currently make with my agency. Again, so if you want to make sure that I am legit and I know what I'm talking about, you can go watch some of the videos where I explain the case studies. I have the live sales calls with my prospects, and I show a lot of the things here. This is not a recurring revenue, right? So Quimple is just an agency. I could consider us as a productized service because we obviously have our own templates and blueprints that we deploy to our clients, but still most of the businesses require some sort of a customization. And because I started to get more high ticket clients, because our barrier of entry and minimum budget is about $10,000. That's why lower quality projects, which could potentially be done with one or two templates, are not a part of our pool of clients. And maybe that was one of the reasons why I decided to actually move to something else as an addition to the agency, because I want to have more freedom in terms of being able to scale up without adding the headcount. Because like right now I have a team of 6. We have 4 developers and 2 people on the management side plus me, right? We have about 7 now. So the plan right now is to build something, right, that will not require too much of my attention or can be easily scalable. And besides the agency, I have 99 players, which is the bootcamp for agency owners. Now, for I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with this kind of model of YouTube growth, but I was starting, about 2 years ago now with only cold emails, right? So I was, sending cold emails to the prospects and like trying to sign them up, right? So for my service. The problem with this is that there are a lot of the problems, but it works, right? I was able to sign my first client within like 4 months. I spent like $5,000 or something. And then, so this is like how I started to scale a bit and started to get the traction. 6 months ago, or probably more already, like probably 7 or something, I started to post content actively in YouTube. And right now, about like 50% of the clients, as you can see, it was May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Jesus. Okay. So it's about, yeah, wow. So it's about 10 months now. So 50% of the clients that we get to the agency come from my content, and 50 still come from the cold emails. And obviously we get much more prospects from cold emails, but most of them are not qualified. So because of the niche, most of the, I would say like probably 90%, maybe more, people that watch all of my videos are people who are looking to do something like I do, right? So they're looking to sell automations. And 10% of people are actually looking to implement something like this, either to their business or to their workflow if they're, a solopreneur or a freelancer. So now, this like Quimple agency is targeting 10% of my audience. And by the way, I also have the LinkedIn in which also kind of started to get the traction. I probably already have like 10k subs or something. Yeah, Jesus. Okay, so I have 10k subs, but on LinkedIn it's easy. So I think on LinkedIn, like honestly, I would say maybe 30 to 25% are the actual business owners. And I know that a lot of people are kind of shilling the fact that, okay, so we get a lot of the clients from YouTube for the agency. And it might be true. It really depends on the niche. But if we talk about AI specifically, I can guarantee that most of the clients are not really, or most of the viewers are not really looking to implement this within their business because they don't have a business. They may be just watching for entertaining, right? So they might just watch to learn something, right? To learn a new skill, obviously, but they're not looking to implement this into their business. So the problem is that the Quimple, right, is only focusing on the 10% of the audience in this case. And I'm like generalizing it. So what's up with this 90%? And for them, I created my bootcamp, right? So where I teach people how to, make money selling AI solutions. And it's made out of the 3 things. So the first one is the course. It's like the 12 weeks, right? Where people go through week by week and they learn everything from, how to choose the niche. I'm like sharing my experience, what niches work, how to choose the profitable offer, how to run the cold outreach. So everything related to the business. So I'm not teaching how to build something, right? The second is the one-on-one access to me. It's like directly. So we're hosted on Discord and anyone, can question me directly. I didn't hire any coaches or, anyone for, community management because the price was kind of the higher tier. And also if they have like technical questions, there's like my technical team and usually like Jeremy, if there's something pops up, he can jump on and help people. And the third is the access to the resources. I would say the most kind of valuable resource here, and let me actually check if I'll be able to open it. So the most valuable resource is the actual sales calls that I have with my clients. So it's probably like 150 or something sales calls recordings that I did with my clients that people can actually watch through and see what businesses are looking for, what they're asking, right? So it's very valuable. And also like if you like templates, docs, we have weekly coaching office hours now. So that was my way of monetizing 90% of the audience, right? And right now the price is kind of the higher tier. I do not sell, any subscriptions, anything like that. So, but what I learned is that majority of this audience cannot obviously like afford 99 players. And if we look at my stats, right, somewhere, I don't actually go too much into the stats. Like there are a lot of people from, countries that are not, that cannot afford actually my like high ticket services, right? Top like India, Canada, Germany. So, and also besides that, there are a lot of people that are not actually still looking on the business side of things. And that was my, I think, mistake. And again, I don't consider it as a mistake, honestly. I'm just thinking it as a lesson, but like honestly, it's pretty sad. I could make so much more money if I would just simplify the things and not overcomplicate it. And this is like just on my side, I like to overcomplicate things because I genuinely believe that a lot of things are complicated. So for example, I made a decision to focus my channel on primarily on the business side of things of running an AI agency, because I genuinely believe that 90 90% of people that are, claiming that, they are selling automations here on YouTube are, bullshitting. And I know for a fact, because one of the reasons is compare me and them in terms of, the type of the content that I post. So I post live sales recordings. I post, here 5 agents, real case studies with real clients on real websites. Not if you go through them, you will not find the videos. So for example, here, there is a buddy is doing the case study, but on his coaching offer probably, and not on necessarily on the actual, how to in the case studies with their agency, right? And they may say that this is because of the NDA and stuff, but again, look at me. There are a lot of the clients that don't want me to share their things on the YouTube, but there are some that want, and that's totally fine. So if they're not showing this, I do not consider them as valid, right? And almost none show this thing. So and that's why I made a decision when, I started to post on the YouTube. I knew that I'm unique because I have the traction. I have an agency. So that time was not doing obviously 30K or 20K, but I was getting clients. So I already kind of understood the niche and I had an experience. So I decided, okay, so instead of me shilling tutorials on technical aspects of the things, let me focus on the business side, right? So how to get the clients, how to, price your services. And obviously I was trying to balance it, right, between, technical aspect and the business aspect. So if you see here, I changed line with this. So this is case study for the client. Then there's selling, pricing is business, right? AI employee, this is another case study. Business, technical, or again, business. So it's, as you can see, I was kind of going back and forth. And I knew that most views go from the technical aspects, right, of the YouTube. So if you look at the channels that I am subscribed, right, so whatever, I subscribe to everyone literally that I see, whatever, Hamza, Buddy was actually recording videos for a while, right? So about Go High Level, but see the views here, and I think he got 10,000 subs in a month or something like that. That's crazy. Or in 2 months. And I was not. So he was from the very beginning focusing on all of the technical aspects, which are getting 52,000, which are getting more views. Obviously the question is why my technical content is not getting that much views, even though objectively it's at least not worse, at least, okay? But I'm pretty sure for the most part it's better. So then most of the content, not Hamza's, but whatever in general. So the thing is that he blew up because of the technical content, right? So he also talks about the business, not sure, selling AI agents. So he does talk about it, but I'm not sure. Maybe he's not a good example. Anyways, so Arseny, he's only talking about the technical aspects, and there are some business related topics. So if I would only focus on teaching people how to do something on the technical side and not the business side, I know that I would probably get more subs. But the idea was that, okay, no one's talking about it, let's talk about the business. And what I realized is that I don't know how to explain it. People, most of the audience don't appreciate that. And it's not about the audience, obviously. It's just, it's not the audience is wrong. I'm wrong. It's just, I'm not giving them what they want. And it looks cool. So it looks very promising and they like it, and that's why I have I think a pretty good fan base. My even though I don't have the bangers in terms of the views, but most of them are pretty consistent. So but like I think, and this is like controversial, right? Because the people that are interested in the business side of things, or like how to start an agency from scratch and don't know anything, or know like the basics and never like sold anything with the AI, which the 99 players is for, is like I have like two audiences that primarily is either 9-to-5ers that are trying to replace their income, or existing agency owners that want to add offerings to their services. So this is like a separate audience. So, and the thing is that like it's either, again, so the people that are 0 to 1 or within like the AI niche, or the people that go from, let's say, 10 to 100, but within like 10 is from a different niche, not within the AI space. So this is like, I like this audience, and this is the audience that actually appreciate a lot my content because it's very unique. They don't need like the technical aspects. They understand that they can hire like any developer for like $700 a month, and be good to go. But that's why I have a lot of the students within this niche. But here, majority of the audience is here. But the problem here is that, and we also like, essentially we need to still divide on the people of the 90% that tech, right? So that are interested in the tech and interested in the business side of things. And so from the tech thing, from the business, it's 0 to 1 to 10 to 100, and majority is here. But since this is a higher ticket product, which is multiple four figures, they cannot afford it, right? And some can, like if they have a pretty good 9-to-5, right? And they like see a lot of the results, and they have the case studies within the bootcamp. But still, like I'm missing a lot of the people. And here, sometimes people know, like they don't want the business of how to choose the niche. They already have the niche. They maybe like need a help with an offer, and maybe they want to have something already that they can use as something as a product, and like start selling it. So what I'm saying is that it was not, I wouldn't say it's the best decision, but in reality, I know that I lost a lot of the money because of like this aspect of the things, right? Because of how I was kind of positioning myself. And if I would just go to literally like Skool and create a $79 or like $60-$50 community, right? I would make already like probably like 20K or something. Because again, I am like comparing the audience, and obviously like Liam is not a good example here, and they're like, these are the free, I don't have any subscriptions. But if we talk about like the Nick, right? So, and the Nick, shout out to Nick, by the way, he motivated me to actually make this channel again. So I was thinking about it, but he created his daily updates, and Buddy is like blowing up in like 500 subs in 15 days. I was going to 500 subs in like 2 months, so I guess he is going to get bigger than my main channel, and his actual channel is like 50K. Anyways, so he is like making a lot of the money with Skool, right? With Make Money with Make, whatever. So Make Your Skool, he's making like 60K or something. And obviously Nick is like the bigger guy. And there are like a lot of the smaller creators that are making significant income from the Skool. And within kind of my bootcamp, I would say that I am at about $10,000-$15,000 a month, probably somewhere in this range. But again, it's like, it's hard to say, because I mean, like it's the one-timers, it's not the retainers. So I know that I probably lost double because of the positioning, because I that was kind of my mistake. If I would be able to focus on like how fast I can make as much money as I can, right? But it wasn't the priority. So I was, trying to be honest, and I was trying to be like real and like create a unique content. But right now I started to think, okay, so what do I do? Like, what is the plan, and how should I go about like making more money, monetizing, most of my audience, right? Because Quimple is Quimple, and I'm also like thinking about launching, and probably will, like another agency which will only focus on one niche with a very specific offer, and I'm probably gonna talk about it on the mail channel, not sure. So, but when I think about the majority of the audience, I think, okay, so what are my options right now, right? So I can probably just go with Skool, right? So let's say it's 90%. I can just, create a Skool, right? I can just create a Skool, charge like 50, $60, and that's it, right? But now there is a problem. Like, what kind of content am I going to do? Like, how can I be helpful to the users, right? To my subscribers. I specifically made my 99 players bootcamp within the Discord because I hate Skool. Like, it's ridiculous. Obviously, no one is paying attention to notifications. DMs suck. I mean, this is like pretty solid, whatever, but you cannot do, for example, voice messages. This is what I don't like. You don't have the chat, but you have a great classroom. So that's why, to keep like people closer to me, I decided to go with Discord. And if you go like here, as you can see, I'm like super active, and I'm like responding with voice messages to people because I'm on the go all the time. So I cannot do this in Skool. Now, what I could do is, yes, so one option is for me to go with Skool, right? Charge, let's say, like $60 a month, and that's it, right? But this is the community. And this is like a separate topic for the discussion. I'm probably gonna record this like video about it, planning to do it daily, whatever. We'll see how it goes. I don't see values in the community, and I know that it's a very controversial take. Communities are great when it comes to, like, let's say if you have, like a dog, like specific breed of dog with maybe like a disease or something, and like you have 30, 50 people that experience the same thing, and it's literally very valuable. Like, see someone like who understand you and can help. But the fucking AI is bullshit. Like, I mean, it's helpful to some extent. I'm saying that it's helpful. I'm not saying that it's not. The thing is that, okay, now it's like, so people, it's not that helpful that people would pay only for it. And I see that people do, right? And this is the controversial, again, take. I'm saying that they do not understand what they do, and they are stupid, and not I am. So I'm kind of removing a responsibility for myself. I know that. But I feel like communities on Skool are overhyped, right? And people will be burned. They will burn a lot of the money. But there are a few good ones. So is there discovery? Yeah. But there are, so if we think, okay, so what's the value within the community, right? So people are making crazy amount of money. So what's the value? Besides being with someone, is the direct access to the creator, right? And the support from the creator or from the creator's team. And this is good, right? So I really like it. So this is like the tech, support, right? So the tech support is great. Again, so if you're like developing something, whatever. Other than that, like courses, sure. So like course like mine, which could be there. So if we think about my Skool, what could I do? I could, upload my course to this, to $60 per month, plus provide the support. Like, first, I'm not really comfortable to share what I share within like 99 players there for for such a low price, because like this is literally what I do within the agency, and I'm like not really comfortable to like whatever share my like exact strategies with like hundreds of people. So maybe this is on me, and I know that most of the people will not take any action. Yeah, sure. So but it's like a mental thing. Tech support, awesome, but I don't have a leverage here. If you ask me, hey Eugene, so and now this is the thing. So I want to be unique, right? I don't want to be like a commodity, like another school. I could, like, don't you think that I could, like, Jack is obviously Jack, like, whatever. So I could, like, create some random community and, you know, and technical support, like, connect, whatever. So Jeremy from my team and, like, maybe some other, you know, upload. Sure. How many subscribers I would get, I don't know, right? So, you know, for $60 with my audience, I mean, like 100 or like what 200, and this is like we will talk about it a lot on this, you know, channel, and this is why I started it actually, to see afterwards what, like how it will result in like my predictions, if they're gonna be correct or not. So I don't understand how the Skool works generally. So I see my site's creators, and sometimes they get, you know, sometimes they can have like 300 subs, sometimes they can have like 50 subs. Plus the fact that you can fake it in Skool, like it looks like, okay, so 870 people paid for 30, but maybe it was like cheaper, or it was free and then they changed it. So it's very hard to like actually compare, and I don't have like a lot of like huge network. There's like Nick, the buddy, is like sharing everything on the YouTube, but he's like not a really good example because whatever. So because he's not. So so what are my options here, right? If the Skool with, you know, just tech support and with a like random course on, not random, like my course on the business side, which I'm not comfortable to share, is not an option. So what were my options? And when I was thinking about it, I thought, okay, so what are like other digital products that can be sold, right? And I thought, okay, there are, you know, templates. And for a fact, people, like when I was like talking about why people subscribe to Skool and why, you know, because like communities are not very useful, a lot of them subscribe besides the technical support, which is useful, and direct access to the creator and the team, to the templates. So there is a guy, he was blowing up on the YouTube about like N8N, and he got like enormous amount of subscribers to his Skool, like Nate. Within like, buddy got like 40,000 subs in like 2 months or something. So he has a lot of the Skool subs, right? And there he has the free Skool and probably paid Skool. So here he is making already like 25 probably something, or like 30 grand from this. So sorry, he is, I think, you know, my bet, and like I don't have, you know, it's not like a proof, or so my bet would be that a lot of the people subscribe because of the templates. From another side, from what I understand, like he's sharing the templates for free within his Skool, so I'm not like exactly sure. He has, you know, a like the everyday calls with people, so it's like live support, networking. I don't understand. So I would subscribe to his community because of, you know, the templates, but I don't really need it because most of his templates that he's showing cannot be sold really, so it's more for educational purposes. And this is also very important thing to consider, is that like he is showing the things that cannot really be sold, and if you look, they are not like either production ready versions, or they're like just made for, you know, educational purposes. And he is getting, he's like making a lot of money, and he is having a lot of the subs. And please understand, like, I'm also making that type of the money within the agency. But why, like, I'm planning to go with agencies, again, separate topic for the discussion. And then, like, because I want to start in, like, monetizing 70% of the audience, because I know that I'm missing a lot. So I know that it's hard. It's just hard for me to really understand why this is how it is. I do think that they're overly hype, and I do think that people will get burned. They will not see any value, and the hype from the communities will kind of drive down a little bit. But the fact that a lot of people still find it useful is not negotiable. But I don't want to just create something standard. So, and I'm trying to see, like, understand where my value is at, right? And besides the fact that I already have an agency and I understand how to operate it, we build a lot of the really production ready versions of like certain automations. So, and this is like back to the templates, and I think that people do want to see do really like templates, right? And this is what I was sharing all the time on my YouTube, right? So if you go under like any video, I have a link to my free resource hub. Okay, so, and here you like subscribe and you get access to like my Notion website with all of the templates that I share on the YouTube. Usually they're not like production version templates, so it's like it's here, but it's all over the place. It's make, it's voice flow, it's VAPI like prompts, it's either if we're like self-hosting something. Anyway, so there are different things there. So now, when analyzing different, how creators monetize their, channels and what people are asking about, and analyzing my audience, talking to my subs, I started to understand that people want something that they can just get and deploy. Get and use, right? So they, like, when it's a courses are created on a certain extent, but I think that, and again, like, if you think about like the courses, it's about the outcome, right? People, and it's basic, like, this is like the sales 101, that people want the outcome. And when it comes to the course, it's hard to actually give a really understandable outcome to the user that they can feel. And this is what I know that there are like a lot of people making fucking millions of dollars with courses and stuff, but this is, I don't know, this is just how I feel. Like, people want something tangible. And here I have, I say like, you replace your income 9 to 5 within the selling. So this is, an outcome that I guarantee, and I like refund the money if people don't get it within the 6 months. But it's, so tangible is like, templates are tangible. But now I'm like thinking about, okay, so people want templates. They want to something like, okay, I pay for it and I get it. Like, I pay for the software, I get the result. I pay for the template, I get the template. I pay for the course, I become a millionaire. So they want this outcome. But now, okay, so when I see this like community, I think, okay, so what's the outcome? There's no outcome. Like, there's no outcome. It's just the recurring thing. Maybe that's because it's the lower ticket. Guys, there are so many things going on in my head, so I'm trying to still like structure everything, how I think about the industry in general. But the idea right now is that people want tangible outcome, and I want to provide this to them. So I think this is where the magic is happening, right? So this is like where, I can provide a lot of the value. And I can provide this value because most of the things that we do are real things. They're not like educational bots, automations, or fancy workflows agent that does anything for you. These are like real things that fix real problems. And I have a few of them. So I decided that I will package it up in a product and then sell it. So I don't want to make this video like 3 hour long because I'm like going to record another one tomorrow anyways, and we're gonna discuss it. But essentially I have like multiple options here. So I have an option to charge some sort of a price. Like to give you an example of the type of the bot that I'm talking about. So I have the video about like the ultimate WhatsApp AI agent, right? This is okay. This is the best WhatsApp AI chat. So this is literally the best WhatsApp AI chatbot in the world. Like, it's period. You will not find anything close to this. It's not about how it, like, the text that it provides. It's just the structure that it can send and receive. Like, look at this conversation. There's no way you'll think that it's AI. It's even sending you memes. So now, and I was like and I understood that this video will blow up, 4K views, blew up for me, like probably other creators would have like 40,000 views on it. And I have, people asking about the template and stuff. So I knew that. So this is like one example of the omni-channel AI agent that can be deployed on WhatsApp, Instagram, Messenger, Telegram, email, SMS, whatever, that we already have. Like, we have the template that we are like selling to our clients. And this is what I was showing on this video. And what I was like initially thinking is, okay, so should I like package this and sell it for like either, cheap, $50, okay, $100, or like interesting, like $350. And this is like how I think about the price. There's probably, maybe there's like a price where it's 2.5K or like high ticket for this thing, which I think it's worth it. Like, if you ask me, it's worth fucking like a few grand. But now, if we think about like who's gonna pay for it, it's either like business owners. For the business owners, awesome. Maybe like solo entrepreneurs or the C-suite that is like wanting to do it yourself, awesome. So they would pay me like a few grand. They would get the template with the mini course and deploy it themselves within the business. And it's pretty cheap, right? Obviously, like WhatsApp and it's international businesses and not within the US, you need to keep it in mind. Anyways, but remember, it's only 10%. And now I'm again focused. So now I'm like essentially competing with my agency. It's just not like developing it for them and just selling it as a template, okay? What's up with this? Here, with 90%, people are... Some will, the people that like pay me for the bootcamp and like they're like on the higher income, they will. But on the most part, we're like talking about this. So this is like a joke, okay? This is like a weird price. Maybe this one, or so this, like, that was the initial idea. Okay, so how about I will just go and whatever sell the template for this price. Then I thought, okay, so if my bet that within the communities, long term, again, you need to, like, when we talk about like me, you need to understand one thing is that this is my problem. I mean, I don't know. I just love to think about like what's gonna happen in 10 years or 5 years. No one knows. I know, especially with the AI industry. It's funny to think about it. But I'm just trying to, when I do something, I'm trying to think long term. And my idea is that the communities, the hype around the communities will be dead. Communities will be, but the hype will be dead. And people will burn out. And when they will see Skool, they will be kind of, oh, okay, so not sure. I really want to be wrong, and if like some of you will watch it, the new channel, I'm not sure it will have like 2 views. I would love to learn more, like your opinion. If you like can explain why I'm wrong and where I'm wrong, like I'm okay with that. So, or ask the questions to clarify something. So, but for right now, if I think that the community is like, is the community a hub, is that, so now people subscribe for the templates and the support. Now, this is the template. So how about I will just create a $60 community and we'll just provide this template as a subscription, right? And then like support with a course. Standard. Like it's literally anything like this. They all have templates, but this will be a real template. It's like the best template about the omnichannel thing that you can find right now. So it's good. Like this is a valid option. So first option is one-timers. Second option is just to build a community, provide the templates within the community, and support and the course, right? So templates, support, and mini course on how to use it, how to build it yourself. Not 60, probably I don't like the 60, so like 79, let's say 79, I like the 79 price, okay? So 79, this package, I think it's pretty valid. Like I do think that this is a really good thing. But now I don't like one thing, so I don't like the fact that it's community, and people will think that it's community. And if I think about long term, I don't want to be positioned as the community. Okay? So I'm thinking, okay, because like I can do the marketing around the template, and there are like, let's say there are a few templates like this, and right now I have 4 or 5 in the package, right? So, and we'll talk about the package later. So this is kind of, like I can create like marketing campaigns and create the separate videos for it and drive. So if you want to get access to this template, join my community. That's it, right? And I can technically like focus primarily on the course, support, and template, and not the community aspect. But I still feel like there's something missing, okay? Maybe this is the choice, and I'm still deciding. Maybe this is the choice. Obviously, when you are like, because we obviously need to think about the churn, right? And the churn is like a separate topic for the discussion. We'll talk about it later. So this is 1, this is 2, and the 3. This is what I'm actively thinking right now, and I'm 90% sure that this is what I'm gonna do, is to sell it as a software. Is to have resell the software, like resell licensing for this thing, aka do it through Go High Level. Okay, so as you can see, I already have, I have an extraordinary domain. Don't ask me how much I paid for this domain. oneprompt.com. Like, you're serious? I mean, if you like it, let me know in the comments. So it's like it looks like a billion-dollar company or something. So what I was thinking is, if I upload everything here in Go High Level, use it as a front end, we'll power it up with automations on the back end, right? As well as, within the Go High Level, within the VoiceFlow, VAPI, and N8N, create a course and we'll resell it to people. Is this a game changer? So because I already have it, right? So I have this. And I know I receive a lot of DMs that people will die for these templates, okay? They will like, okay? So this is the idea, is that instead of this, so how about like I do $79 for the software? And obviously the Go High Level, if you go with yourself, you would pay $97. I cannot advertise this price because of their minimum price policy or something, but I can offer it, or I can advertise if I focus on one things. But if I focus on automations, right, and not other features, I think I can do that. So I would need to dive deep into this, but you get like my software, and obviously I'm not going to position it as one prompt. It's going to be, literally, I will say that it's my software. It's just the white label version of Go Hello, because I'm not going to like fake it and try to make it like seem my own, and people will buy it. And now the retention will be much probably higher than here, and obviously like they'll buy the software and access to everything, right? So access to the support and the course. There are a few, again, caveats to this, because first, like, a lot of people already have Go High Level, and like, do they subscribe? Or I'm pretty sure a lot of them will ask, can I buy a snapshot? So how do I sell it then? Like, as a one-time payment for like $300 as a snapshot? Maybe $300, plus this. This is the snapshot, and this is, the retainer. Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. So and I already have kind of the mix of this that we're gonna talk tomorrow, how to mix it up. But I genuinely do believe that this is going to be like one of the best things that you can buy within this space. Guys, it's literally like each one of these agents, like, you can either, again, for the business owners, like, you can just implement this. It's production ready. It's production ready. You would complete like 2, 3, 4 hour course, and that's it. And like, and spend a few more hours or sell it. Each one of these solutions can be sold for, for high ticket. This is what I did. This is what I was showing in the YouTube channel. So, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer. It seems like a no-brainer. But I just need to find a way to package it up correctly. Because probably the community is like the short-term like gain. But here I don't like the fact that it's a software. So, see, I'm like very controversial, and I get it, guys. Like, I'm trying to structure everything in my head, because here I don't like the position of the community, and here I don't like the position of the software, because there's like a support and there's a course. See, so, and I just need to how do I like present it? And obviously it's going to be called like AI Agent Suite, because this is a suite of automations, workflows, and agents, which is the one called one prompt. So one prompt is the AI Agent Suite. Okay. That's it. So this is the positioning, but on how I'm gonna, sell it, and how I'm gonna like structure the offer, it depends. And the launch strategy on the newsletter, LinkedIn, YouTube. So stay tuned. I will, document everything here. We'll see if it's a flop or not, and we'll see how much money I can make long term with this thing. Thanks for watching.